and I'm bringing up two very important issues for the people of Goa today. The first is the issue of mining and the widespread corruption and the ineptitude of the Sawant government. And the second is the diversion of the Mahadayi water resources to Karnataka. Let me start on the first, the mining issue. There are three options when it comes to Goa mining. The first is renewal of leases. Under the 2015 law, the law has been changed and the Supreme Court judgment, you cannot renew leases anymore, so there is no option. The second is to consider doing auctions, and the third is to form a state corporation. Now, after the Parrikar government came into power, opinions were taken both from the state advocate generals as well as from K.K. Venugopal, the current Attorney General of India, and Mr. Harish Salve, the ex-Attorney General. All of them said outright that auctions should be done. When Mr. Sawant took over as governor, as Chief Minister of Goa, he said that he will get mining started in Goa within 3 months. It has been 3 years and no mining has started in Goa. Mr. Sawant himself, in November 2019, 7th November 2019, I have a letter from the Office of the Regional Deputy Director of Maharashtra, which grants an approval of a modified mining plan to Dr. Shri Pramod Pandurang Sawant, Housing Board Dicholi, North Goa. The mine is located in village Talekhol, Taluk Doda Marg, district Sindhudurg. Mr. Sawant, as Chief Minister of Goa, has got a mine in his name in district Sindhudurg. Here are the papers. Now I want to ask a very simple question. Mr. Sawant was not even meant to be the Chief Minister of Goa. The BJP candidate, and all I'm saying is a matter of public record, the BJP candidate at that time was supposed to be Mr. Shripad Nayak. Whatever it was, now legend has it, lore has it, rumor has it, I'm not speculating on it, that certain information, unsavory information was available with Mr. Nayak about Satish Dhon. And Mr. Satish Dhon at the last minute worked with Vijay Sardesai, worked with an independent MLA and worked with the MGP to make sure that Mr. Nayak did not become Chief Minister and Mr. Sawant became Chief Minister. After that, Mr. Sawant before that was an Ayurvedic doctor with the government. I ask you, where do you get money to buy a mine in your own name if you have been an Ayurvedic doctor with the government? Do you do it by selling potions and puriyas and vials? I would last to ask this question. The Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister of this country, the Honorable Home Minister, go after every opposition leader with the CBI and the ED and the IB and file disproportionate cases against everyone. I would ask Prime Minister Modi to please do an immediate CBI and ED inquiry into his sitting Chief Minister and ask him where he has got the money to buy this mine from in district Sindhudurg in Maharashtra. Mr. Sawant has a company called Ganesh Traders. He was Vice Chairman of the GSIDC, after which he was Chairman of the GSIDC. There has been widespread corruption. Mining has not started via auctions the way it should have. But illegal mining is going on with two large corporations, one Goa and one with a UK base, and also with various fly-by-night operators. The time has come for Goans to ask questions, and the TMC is a platform for which Goans can ask questions. So I am putting this in the public domain. The Chief Minister should answer where he got the money to buy this mine in Sindhudurg, what is happening with this mine. And I would like the Honorable Prime Minister to do a disproportionate assets inquiry and figure out as to where the funds to buy this mine came from. That's the first. The second topic that we are bringing up is the Mahadayi water dispute. As you know, while the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government was in power, the central government gave in principle clearance to Karnataka, who was the upper riparian state, to divert water from the Mahadayi river. At that time, Mr. Parrikar was the Chief Minister. He led an all-party delegation to Delhi and convinced the Prime Minister, Mr. Vajpayee, that this cannot happen. Mr. Vajpayee put that on hold. Goa then went to the Interstate Water Dispute Tribunal. The case took about 5 years. The state was represented very ably at the tribunal, and Karnataka lost. Karnataka could only get a paltry 7.5 TMC of water diverted, That too after the award became notified. This was the situation. Mr. Parikar died. Mr. Sawant, upon becoming Chief Minister, immediately they notified this award, and Karnataka started getting water much more than what they were supposed to. This happened. Karnataka senior leaders also came to Delhi and said, we have done a deal with Mr. Sawant, there is no problem. In the state assembly, there was a big hue and cry, and they said, how could the Goa government give an NOC when a SLP is pending before the Supreme Court? Karnataka had lost, they had filed an SLP, that SLP was pending, how can you notify the award? Do you know what the Goa government said? Mr. Sawant came on record to say that the lawyers